Hey guys, welcome back. How are you? I hope you are good and doing well. In the last lecture, we worked on the first part of the assignment number two, which is the display error messages below each required field in the job form. Okay, and I created a pull request for this issue, which you can find here. That is the go to this pull request, and you can see that this is the pull request. And when you open this pull request, you can see that there are two files that I changed to finish this validation task. And when you go to the files changed, you can see that what are the files that I made change. So this is the render new status and processable entity within the company jobs controller. And then here I changed the form to display the respective error messages for each field and below each field. Okay, so this is the form that I made changes, and this is the controller where I added this text to handle the validation error on the form when request goes as the turbo string. Okay, now in this lecture we will work on the second part of our second assignment, which is, or the last part of our second assignment, which is the add the show template for company jobs. Okay, now let's go to the task. As it is the practice that I already told you, that whenever you get task, first go to the detailed description of the task. And here what the description is saying, that right now when you submit the job form, it is redirecting to company jobs index path. Okay, and from where if you click on the view job link, it is taking you just to the job details page but out of the company scope. But after creating a job, when you click on the view job link, it should open in the respective company scope. Okay, that means what is happening here. So here you can see that this is our application. Okay, and here you can see that we are getting all the jobs for a company within the company namespace. Okay, so here you can see the URL, which is company jobs. Okay, and make some space into the terminal. Okay, and now let's refresh the page. When you refresh the page and go to the terminal again, you can see that the URL is company jobs. Okay, and what we are seeing here, processing by jobs controller index as HTML, which is executed by company jobs controller. Okay, or jobs controller within the company namespace. Okay, but now what happened, make this some space again, and if you click on the view job button, okay, or view job link, you can see that the request is started get jobs 1000, and it is processing by the jobs controller show as HTML, which is outside the company scope. Okay, and now if we look at the code, you can see that we have two jobs controller, which is the normal jobs controller or the public jobs controller, and other one is in the company namespace. Okay, so and whenever a company user create on click on the view job, for example, you can see that here we have jobs for particular specific company here. Okay, so whenever a user click on this view job or the company user click on the view job, it should come to this show action, which is in the company's job controller, not at the public job controller. Okay, and in this lecture we will finish this task. Okay, so first of all, go to the jobs index page. Here you can see. So this is the approach that we need to do. So first, what you need to do, whenever you get a task, first try to find that how many jobs controller are there, or which controller is processing that particular request when you click on the view job link. Okay, and once you identify it, then either you need to find that whether the company scoped jobs controller is present or not. If it is present, then you have to create show action within that, or you have to create the show template within that. Okay, if it is not present, then you need to create the company scope the job controller. Okay, or job controller within the company namespace. Okay, now if you go to the index.html.erb within the company jobs, you can see that what is the path right now, link to view job, and the path is job or the job path. But this need to be changed. What we need to do here, that we need to make it company job path, and then pass the job as the resource here. Okay, so what we will pass here, company job path. Okay, now if you go to the browser and refresh your page, you will see when you click on the view job, you can see the URL within the bottom left, which is the company jobs 1000. When you click on the job, you will get an error that company jobs controller show is a missing template for request text HTML. Okay, so now we are sending request to the correct controller I mean, within the jobs controller in the company namespace or company scope job controller. Now, what we are missing that we do not have the show template for it. So we need to create that show template. Okay. So first we need to create the show file show.html.erb within the company jobs directory in the views. So create show.html.erb. Okay, so this is done here. Now what you can do, go to the jobs directory and copy this show.html.trb for now. Okay, and paste it within the company jobs show.html.trb. Okay, and just save it. And now if you go to the browser and refresh the page, you will see that this is the company jobs controller. Okay, so this is how you can make the changes here. Okay, so you can create the jobs controller as show.html.trb for the company jobs controller. And now if you go back again here, okay, and then you click on the view job for second, you will see the job path here as well. Okay, so this is the thing that you need to do for the second task. Okay, so I hope you got the idea that how you need to perform the task. Okay, and one more thing, this is just the template that we created, but ideally what we need to do here, that we need to provide some proper navigation. Because if you just finish task like that, okay, for example you just created a show.html.trb and displayed some content there, that will be not enough. However, the task is done, but that is not the good approach to complete the task. What you need to do here, that you need to add a better navigation here. Okay, the better navigation is like you need to add the path here. Okay, you need to add the button here. Okay, and that button should redirect you on the jobs index path again within the company namespace. Okay, so what you need to do, that either with here you can add a link, let's say link to and then back to list. Okay, and then company jobs path class, and then btn primary. Okay, so now you will see that we have the back to list button here. And if we click on the back to list, we will be redirected on the company jobs path. Okay, and if we click on the view job button again, we will go to the different job, and we can again go to the back to the list and so on. Okay, so this is how we can manage our task with more better navigation. Okay, now let me show you one more thing, that what happened that right now if you give this path, so from whenever you come to this page, it will again show you, take you to the company jobs index. Okay, but let's say if you want to go to the previously visited page, okay, so how you will do that? Okay, so what we can do here, that we can add a condition, that is if request.referrer dot present. Okay, if request.referrer is present, and here else, and then end this block. Okay, and then just paste it. Okay, and here what you need to do, request.referrer. Okay, and that will be done. You can refresh the page. When you click on the view job, you will be away onto the index path, and when you click on the back to list, you will be again on the company jobs index path. Okay, so this is how we can create our show.html template, or we can create our second part of the lecture. Okay, so this is how we can complete it. And make sure to create a separate branch for this task and perform this task. And once your task has been done, create the pull request and then merge it to the main branch. Okay, and in the next lecture we will meet with uh, the point of discussion, that how we can provide suggestions to the client, or how we can add our own suggestions to make things more better, and to in the real world applications. Okay, so but we will discuss that in the next lecture. And for this lecture, this is the part that we need to finish, and now all of task of the second assignment has been done. Okay, so perform this task and we will meet into the next lecture. Till then, tata, goodbye, take care, and stay safe.